Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliot and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite skis from this year. One of my favorite daily drivers, one of the skis I think is the best value, a ski that is like a really great entryway for most people going off trail, and that is of course the Salomon QST 92. Now, I really like this ski. I thought that it was just, it's such a good value. You can always find it on sale. There's always plenty of sizes for it. People tend to associate the QSTs with just powder skis, but they also make a very good daily driver. I think that between this and the Atomic Maverick, those are the two like best value bang for your buck skis. And I would lean a little bit more towards the QST 92 if you're somebody who likes to go off trail. Now, it's not the most accurate ski. It definitely kind of isn't gonna give you that pinpoint accuracy you get with the Maverick, but I will say it's probably a little bit more comfortable off trail than the Maverick gets. Even with that Horizon tech, I think the QST 92 overall has a little bit of an edge off trail. So I like these skis. I like that surfy ski style. And today we're gonna see what our friends Ski Essentials have to say. Now, I really like the guys over at Ski Essentials. I've talked with Jeff several times. I think that they're nice people. I think that they do a really good job being really thorough with their ski reviews. They are a little different than me. They are more towards like, okay, we have this business and we sell skis. This is to help customers buy skis. Mine's a little bit more on the entertainment side, or I'm a little bit more ruthless with talking about the negatives of a ski. But overall, I think these guys, there's a reason they're so popular. I think they've done a good job. I wish that they were a little bit more negative, but maybe that's just me being a jerk. Who knows? But no hate at all towards these guys. I like them a lot. I think they do a good job. And I'm just here to be critical. We'll see what they thought about the QST 92. As somebody who has now tested a ton of skis, it's nice to kind of check myself and compare notes with these other ski reviewers. So curated, I tend to give them a little bit of a hard time, but Ski Essentials, I don't know, I tend to like comparing notes with what they have to say, and I really value their insight onto these skis. The only thing that I do notice is that there are different ski styles. Funny enough, Bob is kind of built like me, and Jeff is kind of built like Zach, so I find that there is some overlap with opinions there when I talk to Zach. And Jeff's ski style is very good, but it's different. He kind of throws the skis and lets them grab. I like to feel kind of that contact with the snow the whole way through. It's not good or bad, it's just different styles. But without further ado, let's see what Ski Essentials thinks of the Salomon QST 92. Now this is for 2023, but they haven't changed them even going into 2025. And as always, if you want to support this channel, if you find my insight on skis helpful and you're planning on buying these skis anyway, and you would like to support the channel here, please feel free. I'll have a link down below. Basically, you click on it, a small percentage goes to the channel, but it helps build that relationship long term over time. And it's a way of like financially supporting the channel without actually spending extra money. So I'll have that down below. We also have memberships, but without further ado, let's jump right into this video.
Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2023 ski test. We got a refreshed Salomon QST 92 for you today. We've always liked this ski in the past. This really kind of fits the bill for a lot of skiers who, you know, this ski might be on their list, but they don't really.
I like that opening shot. I mean, I think that's where this ski really thrives, is being able to go off trail, but then still having enough like shape and being narrow enough that it can carve well. But a lot of people don't think of the QST 92 as being a good off-trail in the trees ski, and like it's so nice to see that as the opening shot. I know that Bob has said that like if you know nothing about a person, you want to recommend a ski, you could recommend the QST 92. I do think that there's a handful of people that wouldn't like the ski just because it's not the most accurate, and if you're coming off of like race skis and you're just used to that pinpoint accuracy, you may find it jarring. But you know, again, if you're at that caliber, you can make it work. I just think that there's like a subset of people who like really accurate turns that, you know, this may not be their cup of tea.
They know what they want. You know, we've always said that about the outgoing QST 92, and that same theory certainly holds true for this 2023 version as well. It's just a great everyday, every person, every type of condition, any turn, anytime type of deal that when you click in, it's got a super intuitive feeling, easy turning to it, but still has a high performance ceiling. There aren't too many skiers out there that are going to overpower this thing on the top end. So just a ton to like about this ski.
Yeah, a lot of that's because of the cork dampener. It's not something that you can like go fast enough that you're gonna make it chatter, so that's good. It's also got a really good threshold with that wood where you're not gonna like overpower it and max out the ski. I will say, if I was on ice all day, there's definitely better skis out there. If I was just on hard packed broom runs, there's a lot of better skis out there. But if you're looking for something that can blend on trail and off trail, that's where this ski thrives. And that's probably why it's so easy to recommend, right? Because if you're not sure what mixture people are going in, this one handles both scenarios really well, and so it becomes kind of a safe bet. But I would say that if where the ski like really shines is if you like going on groom runs, if you like carving, and then want to be able to hop off without getting punished for going off trail. Like some skis, you really get punished. You go off trail and they really can't handle it. That's where this ski really thrives, is kind of in that transition from on trail to off trail. And if you spend slightly more time off trail, these are just amazing.
Very few weaknesses. It's just a very middle ground, you know, checks a ton of boxes type of product. And it just works really well for true all mountain skiing. So whether you ski mostly like we do here in Vermont or somewhere snowier, this is going to be a great option. It has a nice blend of construction and shaping characteristics that make it a great choice for that daily driver. We do have a poplar wood core again this year, as well as...
This is really good skiing in that like it's not fresh powder, because almost any ski looks and feels good in fresh powder other than a carving ski. But in the all mountain category, it's nice that he shows it on a run where it's been chopped up, because when the conditions aren't perfect, this ski really navigates in between those areas smoothly. And so this is really nice skiing and a good way to showcase a ski.
As carbon and flax material in the tips and tails. We also get double sidewall technology. So underfoot, they do have this extra, you know, beefy ABS material kind of in between my fingers here. And that just gives the ski a lot more torsional stiffness and edge grip, really ups the carving power and performance of the ski, while keeping it, you know, pretty nice and agile throughout. So really well-rounded option here for, you know, anyone from a low-end intermediate all the way to an expert skier. The range is just enormous with this thing.
I mean, yeah, I hate using the word agile because it's like any ski going fast enough, you're going to feel agile just trying to survive. But the other thing that they're not talking about is with that double sidewall, when you get it on edge, it creates this platform that just feels really comfortable on edge. And that's kind of the word that I use a lot when I'm talking about the Salomon QST 92 is comfort. It feels comfortable with that ski shape on kind of flotation and going off trail. It feels good on your hips, like whereas when you're on the QST blank, it's so wide it can be kind of cumbersome. But that double sidewall, when you get it on edge, it just allows you to sit in the turn a little bit more comfortably than other skis I've noticed.
We do see a little bit of changes in terms of the shaping of the ski. What we saw from QST 98 and QST blank for last year, that kind of follows through to here, where we're getting a slightly shorter turn shape, as well as a little bit more rounded of a taper. So those two things kind of go together in making this thing a little bit turnier and just a slightly better for on-trail performance. We do have some weight to it. It is the 168, so a little bit short, but we're at 1,811 grams. Obviously, as you go longer, you're going to get into a heavier weight, but by no means do they feel heavy on your feet. It's more that it feels stable and solid rather than cumbersome or demanding. So there's, you know, that blend of agility and stability to this that really makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and the weight can be a little bit misleading. Like, weight doesn't always totally indicate how they're gonna feel. You feel the weight a lot when you're getting to like swing weight or when you're in the air, but when you're actually on snow, when you have this kind of nice wide platform, I would say that like they're on the heavier side, but they don't sink like other skis, especially out here on the West Coast. There are skis that are more aggressive, like the, you know, Volcal M6 Mantra, the Volcal Kendo, your K2 Mindbender, your Stokely Storm Rider, where they just tend to sink down and cut through things a little bit, and so you want that stable ski. And I think those skis actually do a little bit better in spring skiing. But this ski has such a good shape that that weight really just keeps it from feeling chattery. It feels pretty damp and stable, but it also has, just with the shape and where you sit on the ski, it really has good flotation, and really those surfy turns where you kind of sit on the back of the ski feel excellent.
But we do see some nice rocker in here. You know, we saw that with QST 98 last year, that the tail specifically for what it was pretty nice and forgiving, and that has kind of gone through to the tip as well. Excuse me. So longer tip rocker than we've seen before. Moderate splay, you know, that's going to help with flotation. This is a really well floating 92. We said that about the 98 last year, that we were surprised at how well the thing floated for a 98. Same theory for these 92s. And then we see a nice playful tail. You know, not a ton of splay. It's pretty moderate, but nice long tail rocker profile, really gradual, really smooth. And then just slightly more rounded, you know, a little bit lower in the taper shape, shortening that effective edge and leading to that shorter turn radius. 14 meters here in the 168.
I mean, these skis float pretty well for their width, but that's the big asterisk, for their width. It's not going to match up to like the QST 106, the Atris from Black Crows, the Atomic Bent 110. It floats well for a 92. The other thing too is these guys are in Stowe. I wish they would indicate, because sometimes they go out west to ski powder and sometimes they're on the east. I wish that they would say where they were testing it, because if it floats pretty good for Vermont, is a way different standard than like floats pretty good for Utah. But that's a small nitpick.
Obviously it's going to get longer again as you size up, but nothing, you know, nothing crazy in that turn radius. Widest part right about down here, so leaving this whole tapered section to help with smoothness and initiation in softer snow. But yeah, great overall ski. Any person, any day, any time, this thing is just about as good as it gets in terms of being just, you know, the essence of versatility. So make sure.
I agree. It's definitely the essence of versatility. I agree with like 90% of that sentence. Anytime, anywhere, any place. No, I mean, if you get in like a really narrow corridor, you can't, on a groom trail, this ski doesn't like to have its turns uncompleted when it's carving. This ski certainly doesn't stack up when you're looking at really short radius turns to something like an Elan Ripstick or a Black Crow's Mirror's Core, the new Black Crow's Octo. This ski is a very safe bet for going all across the hill, but it's not anywhere, anytime, any place. This ski is so much more versatile than most any other ski. I will say, I think the Atomic Maverick 88 Ti, although back when this was filmed, the ski didn't get a lot of... Man, people sleep on the Atomic Maverick so much. And that's a whole nother rant for another day. But this is the closest ski in versatility to the Atomic Maverick that I've found. This is the only ski that is really a rival when it comes to versatility to the Atomic Maverick 88. And I think the Salomon QST 92 for off-trail even outshines the Maverick slightly. So it's pretty amazing. The other thing that I wish Bob would mention is the price. I know that they probably don't talk about that because of the relationship they have with all these brands and that they sell them. So, you know, you don't want to get into a competition, like a race to the bottom with price, especially since they're the ones selling them and setting the price to a small degree, although they have standards they have to follow. This ski is like the best budget-friendly ski. This ski goes on sale. There are tons of sizes available. This is the ski, in my opinion, that has the best bang for its buck, tied only with the Atomic Maverick. Both of those skis you can get for incredibly cheap. I'm talking like under $400 if you get it at the right time of year. So for me, if you're like talking about value for a ski, that's one of the QST's biggest like wins, is it's one of the most budget-friendly skis you can buy, while also not like being budget in a way that it's cheap on resources and materials, that it's cheap on where it can go. It like value-wise and bang for your buck, I think the Salomon QST 92 and the Atomic Maverick 88 are the biggest and best bang for your buck. And recently, I don't know if it's from my videos or partially from Ski Essentials, I don't see the Atomic Maverick 88. I don't know if they don't make as many, but they sell out quicker. For a ski that I could go to any shop and pick off the shelf for the best price, I think the Salomon QST 92 has value in spades. It has versatility and value. It's like the double V for this ski is totally those two aspects. And I think that if you're somebody who wants to start exploring the trails, this is a really good introduction. Now, is this gonna do the job of a powder ski? Absolutely not. But for 70 to 80% of the days, this ski will get you through and you'll be having a blast. So anyway, that's my recommendation. I think this is a great ski. I think Ski Essentials, 2 thumbs up. You guys are always on top of your game with great reviews. I like the ski footage that actually match the ski. It's a breath of fresh air coming from some of those curated ones. I really, really enjoyed this review. There's just a few aspects that I think Ski Essentials has gone better from. This is like a couple years ago. But I wish that they would talk a little bit about value, because as somebody myself who watches ski content and looks at this stuff, that is important to me. I'm okay with spending money on skis, but it's only if it's serving a really specific need that I have. It has to kind of match up with that. And it's nice to know when like a ski is budget friendly, but it's also doing a lot for the skier. It's such a weird thing in the ski industry where spending more money doesn't always mean you're getting more ski for the conditions. It's really easy to think that way. Oh, well, if I buy an Atomic Bent 120 and it's really long length, I'm getting more ski for my money. And it's like, no, those skis are expensive, but they're a specialty tool and there's a lot that goes into that kind of thing. Whereas this ski is super budget friendly, and for 90% of the people, it will do more than enough for what you're actually looking for it to do. But anyway, that's my rant about the Salomon QST 92. I hardly ever see people on them, and they are such an amazing ski. They are so heavily slept on. They might be more slept on than the Atomic Maverick 88 Ti, honestly, but that's my opinion. And I'm not sure why it is, if it's people looking at the QST are either looking at the 106 for a powder ski, which is what I have, or if they're looking for the QST 98 as a kind of safe bet for going on vacation or just a ski they keep somewhere at like a secondary location. But I'm telling you, don't sleep on the QST 92. If you're somebody who likes off-trail skiing, who wants a good value, who wants like a really nice daily driver, I think this is one of like the top 3 choices you could make next year. So anyway, that's my rant about the Salomon QST 92. Kind of going back to our roots a little bit, watching these Ski Essential videos, but I will say it was a breath of fresh air. I enjoyed doing it. As I said before, I will have a link to these skis down below if you're interested in buying them. But more than anything, just thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, you can like and subscribe. That's a free way of doing that. But more than anything, just thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.